Kartilya ng Katipunan, Primer of the Katipunan. Author's Biography. Emilio Jacinto, Brain of the Katipunan. I searched for a short video about Emilio Jacinto to have better understanding.
Emilio Jacinto was born in Tondo, Manila on December 15, 1875. He was the only son of a man named Mariano Jacinto and a woman named Josefa Dizon. Emilio attended the San Juan de Letran College when he first embarked on his college career. However, he later attended the University of Santo Tomas in order to study law. Emilio left college before completing his law degree. After dropping out of college at the age of 20, Emilio joined the Katipunan, a secret revolutionary society. This was a group whose objective was to gain Philippine independence from Spain in 1892. Jacinto became the secretary, directly reporting to the leader of the Katipunan. He also became the chief advisor on fiscal matters concerning this secret society. In addition to these duties, Emilio also wrote the society's newspaper, the Kalayaan. Emilio was given a new name when he was part of this group. To the Katipunan, he was often referred to as Utak ng Katipunan. Jacinto was also placed in charge of writing the guidebook for new members and current members of the Katipunan. Emilio Jacinto wrote the document mainly for Katipuneros upon joining the Katipunan. Members were required to read the Kartilya and adhere to its code of conduct. Changing the way of people thought and acted was the most important to the early Katipuneros. They understood that it was the only way to change the Philippines for the better. Also, he wrote the document to promote and establish good governance, to teach honor, dignity, and curtail corruption, to practice respect for women, awareness towards the importance of women, and to love our family, and in order to instill kindness, compassion, and generosity.
Emilio Jacinto E. Dizon was born in Tondo, Manila on December 15, 1875. He was the only son of Mariano Jacinto and Josefa Dizon. His father died when he was still an infant, and he was raised by his mother and uncle, Don Jose Dizon. He can speak Tagalog and Spanish, but he preferred to speak using Spanish language. However, he was a prolific writer in Tagalog. Emilio attended the San Juan de Letran College when he first embarked on his college career. However, he later attended the University of Santo Tomas in order to study law. After dropping out of college at the age of 20, Emilio joined the Katipunan, a secret revolutionary society. This was a group whose objective was to gain Philippine independence from Spain in 1892. Jacinto became the secretary, directly reporting to the leader of the Katipunan. He also became the chief of advisor on fiscal matters concerning this secret society. In addition to these duties, Emilio also wrote the society's newspaper, the Kalayaan. Emilio was given a new name when he was part of this group. To the Katipunan, he was often referred as Utak ng Katipunan. However, he wrote under the pseudonym Di Masaylaw. It was the name of the pen he used when writing the newspaper, and he was more commonly referred in the group as Pinkian. Jacinto was also placed in charge of writing the guidebook for new members and current members of the Katipunan, which was called Kartilya ng Katipunan. In April 16, 1899, Emilio Jacinto died at the age of 24. The cause of his death at such a young age was malaria. Malaria is a serious disease and sometimes fatal disease caused by a parasite that commonly infects a certain type of mosquito which feeds on humans, which he had contracted while in Mahayhay, Laguna.
Let's now talk about the historical background of Kartilya ng Katipunan. Katipunan or commonly known as KKK, kataas-taasang kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan, was formed on the night of July 7, 1892. It was a secret organization. The founder of Katipunan is Andres Bonifacio, with the aid of his friends Teodoro Plata, Teodato Arellano, Valentin Diaz, and Ladislao Diwa. They are inspired by propaganda movement. Katipunan was formed due to the failure of the reform movement in Spain, in which Filipinos attempted to demand reforms for the Philippines, which is to have equal rights to the Spanish government. Emilio Jacinto joined the Katipunan in 1894. At the age of 18, leaving his studies. He was the youngest member and the writer of Kartilya ng Katipunan. Bonifacio wrote a decalogue or 10 Commandments titled Patungkulang gawain ng mga anak ng bayan or duties to be observed by the sons of the country to lay down the guidelines for good citizenship. A list of duties and responsibilities to be followed strictly by every member of the organization. It was never published because Bonifacio believed that the version written by Emilio Jacinto was better than Decalogue. Kartilya ng Katipunan or Association of the Sons of the People was written in 1896. It is served as the moral and ethical guide for the Katipuneros. For those who wants to join this association may have a full understanding and knowledge of its guiding principles and teachings of Katipunan. Kartilya ng Katipunan is printed in small pamphlets that was distributed to the members of Katipunan. Kartilya is a Spanish term, a primer or a guide used for grade schools during the Spanish period. Gives radical or liberal ideas in the creation of Katipunan and Kartilya, Age of Enlightenment, French Revolutionary, Masonry, Propaganda Movement, La Liga Filipina. More on Jose Rizal's work.
The part that I will be discuss is the Katipunan Code of Conduct. So, the Katipunan Code of Conduct is composed of 14 guidelines. And those guidelines is for those who want to join the congregation. So, in order for them to enter the congregation, they must have full faith and mind in the purposes to which they are going and to be exercised. It is necessary to introduce them to these things. And tomorrow, they do not repent and their duties seem to be voluntary. The propriety persecuted by this Katipunan is quite greatly and important. It is to unite the heart and mind of all Tagalog through a solemn oath, so that in this unity they will be able to avoid the deep curtain that blinds the mind and discover the true path of righteousness and clarity. So here is the first guideline of the Katipunan Code of Conduct. It states that the life that is not consecrated to a lofty and reasonable purpose is a tree without a shade, if not a poisonous weed. Meaning, if you do not have good dreams in life, you are a hindrance to the development of our society. Second, to do good for personal gain and not for its own sake is not virtue. It just simply means that kindness comes from the heart and good manners, not just from human actions. Next, it is rational to be charitable and love one's fellow creature, and to adjust one's conduct, acts, and words to what is in itself reasonable. Meaning,
True humility is a person's habit. Next, whether our skin be black or white, we are all born equal. Superiority in knowledge, wealth, and beauty are to be understood, but not superiority by nature, meaning everyone in the world is equal. Therefore, everyone has a right. Gaya na lang sabi ni Rinaldo Lapus, I am your brother, your best friend forever. Next, the honorable man prefers honor to personal gain. The scoundrel gain to honor, meaning a good person puts good manners before his own desires. Next guideline. To the honorable man, his word is sacred, meaning a good person keeps his promises because he has integrity. Next. Do not waste thy time. Wealth can be recovered but not time lost. It just simply means that our time is valuable. My time and your time is valuable. Defend the oppressed and fight the oppressor before the law or in the field. Meaning, let us help the oppressed. Let us help people who are losing their rights as a result of oppression. Next guideline. The prudent man is sparing in words and faithful in keeping secrets. The secrets of others are not simply told. As simple as that. Next, on the thorny path of life, man is the guide of women and the children, and if the guide leads to the precipice, those whom he guides will also go there. So it means that the father of the family serves as its guide. Next guideline. Thou must not look upon woman as a mere plaything, but as a faithful companion who will share with thee the penalties of life. Her physical weakness will increase thy interest in her, and she will remind thee of the mother who bore thee and reared thee. It just simply means that respect women, and that's it. Next, what thou dost not desire that unto thy wife, children, brothers, and sisters, that do not unto the wife, children, brothers, and sisters of thy neighbor. Meaning, respect other people's families, and of course, the person themselves. Next, man is not worth more because he is a king, because his nose is aquiline and his color white, not because he is a priest, a servant of God, nor because of the high prerogative that he enjoys upon earth, but he is worth most who is a man of proven and real value, who does good, keeps his words, is worthy and honest. He who does not oppress nor consent to being oppressed, he who loves and cherishes his fatherland, though he be born in the wilderness and know no tongue but his own, meaning the teaching of the primer are followed by a great man. Thus, guideline state that when these rules of conduct shall be known to all, the longed-for sun of liberty shall rise brilliant over this most unhappy portion of the globe, and its rays shall diffuse everlasting joy among the confederated Britain of the same race. The lives of those who have gone before, the fatigues and the well-paid sufferings will remain. If he who desires to enter the Katipunan has informed himself of all this and believes he will be able to perform what will be his duties, he may fill out the application for admission. Meaning, this shows Jacinto's hope that the Philippines will achieve complete independence from Spain. So, as you can see, the Katipunan Code of Conduct shows the real motive of the Katipunan, and that is to spread the righteousness among Filipinos and how it will help Filipinos to gain independence from Spain. So, I searched for a short video of the Katipunan Code of Conduct for your better understanding. So, watch it with comprehension. So, here it is.
Ang buhay na hindi ginugugol sa isang malaki at banal na kadahilanan ay puno na walang lihim, kundi mandamong makamandag. Ang gawang magaling na nagbubuhat sa paghahambog o pagpipita sa sarili at hindi talagang nasang gumawa ng kagalingan ay di kabaitan. Ang tunay na kabanalan ay ang pagkakawang gawa, ang pag-ibig sa kapwa, at ang isukat ang bawat kilos, gawat pangungusap sa talagang katuwiran. Maitim man o maputi ang kulay ng balat, lahat ng tao'y magkakapantay. Mangyaring ang isa'y hihigtan sa dulo, sa yaman, sa ganda, ngunit di mahihigtan sa pagkatao. Ang may mataas na kalooban, inuuna ang puri kaysa pagpipita sa sarili. Ang may hamak na kalooban, inuuna ang pagpipita sa sarili sa puri. Sa taong mahiya, salita'y panunumpa. Huwag mong sayangin ang panahon. Ang yamang nawalay mangyayaring magbalik, ngunit panahong nagdaan ay di na muli pang magdadaan. Ipagtanggol mo ang inaapi, kabakahin ang umaapi. Ang taong matalino'y ang may pag-iingat sa bawat sasabihin. Matutong ipaglihim ang dapat ipaglihim. Sa daang matinik ng buhay, ang mga magulang ang patnugot ng mag-anak. Kung ang umaakay ay tungo sa sama, ang pagtutunguhan ng inaakay ay kasamaan din. Ang babae ay huwag mong tingnan isang bagay na libangan lamang, kundi isang katuwang at karamay ng lalaki sa mga kahirapan nitong buhay. Gamitin mo ng buong pagbibitagan ang kanyang pisikal na kahinaan at alalahanin ang inang pinagbuhatan at nag-iwi sa iyong kasanggulan. Ang di mo ibig gawin sa asawa mo, anak at kapatid, ay huwag mong gagawin sa asawa, anak at kapatid ng iba. Ang kamahalan ng tao'y wala sa pagkahari, wala sa tangos ng ilong at puti ng mukha, wala sa pagkaparing kahalili ng Diyos, wala sa mataas na kalagayan sa balat ng lupa. Wagas at tunay na mahal na tao kahit laking gubat at walang nababatid kundi sariling wika. Yaong may magandang asal, may isang pangungusap, may dangal at puri, yaong di nagpapaapit, di nakikiapi, yaong marunong magdamdam at marunong lumingap sa bayang tinubuan. Paglagana ng mga aral na ito at maningning na sisikat ang araw ng mahal na kalayaan dito sa kaaba-abang sangkapuluan at sa bugan ng matamis niyang liwanag ang nangagkaisang magkakalahit magkakapatid ng ligayang walang katapusan, ang mga ginugol na buhay, pagod at mga tiniis na kahirapay labis ng matutumbasan.
Important to the grand narrative of the Philippines story.
The text is one of the few recorded texts around that time.
It allows us today to have a glimpse in the ideologies of the Katipunan and its members. It allows us to learn more about the goals. The text help us to feel the ideologies and beliefs of the Congregation and its companions at all that time. We are not just open to beliefs if we do not to learn their purpose as a group. It is true that the text is a way to open our minds, to encourage involvement of the masses as well, to join with the revolution and bring a sense of nationalism to practice in any form. This leads up to the independence of the Philippines. The revolution truly became the way to show the unity of the concern of Filipinos
It
towards
lays foundation for the way of thinking of Filipinos in general. Many of ideas in the Kartilya can also be applied today to our everyday personal lives and that of the country at present.